In 2000, I read an article in a newspaper, the Richmond Times-Dispatch, about a group of orphans that came from China for medical surgery at University of Virginia. There was one picture in the article, and it was a little girl with a very large tumor on her lip. And when I read the article, they said that the children, the ones with the cleft palates, were adopted, but not her. And in the picture, her eyes, I just looked into her eyes and I felt a connection to her. And I told my husband, we had 3 children, one was actually just a 1.5 years old. I said, you know, I'd just like to help, just do something to help. So I called to say, could I help? Could I do anything to help these children while they're here? And they said, well, they're all gone but one, the one with the tumor on her lip. And so we ended up going to visit her at Charlottesville.
I rode up there, my wife and myself, and in the past we've talked about adopting a child, and a Chinese child, and when we came up to the lobby, she was in the lobby, that's where we were going to meet her. We saw her in the corner of the lobby, and we walked around a little bit, kind of nervous at first, and then when we came up to her, she walked up to me, and she had her arms up like this here for me to pick her up, and I said, well, that's it. I said, this is, you know, we have to move forward with this.
She was a precious little thing, but she had a very, very large tumor on her lip that bled all the time, and that was obviously going to need lots of care. We didn't even know what it was, but we ended up adopting her 9 months later and bringing her back and taking her for treatment, finding out that she had a blood tumor called an AVM. And the only doctors that we knew of that could take care of this were in Boston. And we ended up taking her to Boston, and she's had subsequently 14 procedures.
We found out about the Laila Rose Foundation through Mike Flynn, which is Patty's brother. He knew about the adoption. He helped us in the home study, and so he was involved throughout the whole process and knew about the medical needs and everything, and he explained to us about a foundation that had been formed. And it was 4 orphans that had been adopted who had special needs, so it was almost tailor-made for the situation we found ourselves in. It was a blessing.
He put us in touch with his sister, Patty, and she has been wonderful helping us and navigate our way. And they have helped us with the medical bills and helped us through this journey, and we are very grateful for all their help.